What is a free birth? What is it like to birth at home? How do I support my woman in a home birth? How do I prepare to be a father? I know that there are many questions that come up, but relax, don't worry, everything will be all right. I will guide you in this video and share my experience on how I became a father through a home birth. This experience changed my life forever. That's why I want to share this with you. As fathers, we have a very important role in supporting our family and holding the safe bubble that is needed. This is a two-part series, and in this video I will share my perspective as a father on our home birth. And after you have watched this video, please check out the mother's perspective, where my wife shares her side of the story and her experience. Welcome. Let's go inside. This is the first part of becoming a parent. During the pregnancy, we are preparing, and then suddenly it's time for the child to come, to be born. And it's really important that the mother and the father form their process, form their way of birthing. So Leia is our daughter. She's now 2 years old, and she was born here in our tiny house. And she was born right here actually, and it was just me, Elin and her, because our midwife, she came 1 hour after Leia was born. She was with us on the phone, on speaker, so she could guide us a little bit. So this was a very interesting journey for both me, Elin and Leia. You know, that we three did this together, and what comes out of that is just pure love and a really strong bonding. The first part of life, Leia comes out here in our beautiful, safe home, in her father's hands, and then to feel the love and the warmth of her mother's breast. It's so beautiful. And this is a true gift for us as parents, but for Leia to have this start of her life. The first look and feel and view of the world, it really depends much where you are and what kind of situation. Is there a stressful situation? Is the mother, does she feel safe, worried, stressed, scared? If she feels mostly held and safe, the child feels that. The body and the child knows that this process is going to be fine. It's going to go all right. And me as a father, I just have to trust in that, trust in the process. Elin was very safe and calm during the pregnancy, and that kept me safe. You know, I was like, for sure, if you want to birth at home without a midwife or with a midwife, I'm here to support you, to hold you in whatever you want. What I got to experience was true magic. It was so strong and so powerful and such a good cooperation. This story starts in the summer of 2023, the day Leia was born. So her water had broke 2 days before, and we were waiting and waiting for the process to begin. But then suddenly we woke up at 7 in the morning, and Elin was like, okay, now it's time. And I was like, oh no, can we sleep a bit more? I was really thankful that we had gotten a whole night's sleep before the process started. We had my mother in the house next to us, supported us with hot water, because we had no running water in our tiny house. I remember we sat outside on a blanket in the sun, and we played music. We played a drum and we were singing, and I remember that we sang through Elin's contractions, and I could feel her emotions through the music. It was a very beautiful experience. So the contractions got more intense, so we went inside. I prepared blankets, and then it went pretty fast. I felt this vibrating energy in the room. Elin, her voice and her through her contractions was like, okay, this is serious. Focus. You know, my part in this was to support Elin in whatever she needed. So hot warm towels on her back, or a hand there, or massage, or water to drink, or whatever she felt like doing. And also to have contact with our midwife. We had been in contact with our midwife during the pregnancy, but Elin, she had felt like she had thought about birthing alone, and you call that a free birth. And yeah, I was really safe, and I trusted Elin in her process, in our process. And I think that for a mother to know that my other half, my husband, to know that he supports me in whatever I feel like, that's a true gift, and a true, like, that's how it's supposed to be, you know? If I was stressed and unsafe or whatever, that would affect her. And it would have affected the process, the birthing process. So yeah, there we there we were. I was with the blankets and all of that, and then suddenly it was like, whoa, there's the head. And I remember I had this very, very quick thought that, is it supposed to look like this? A blue, wrinkly, shrinkly head. Like, what if it's dead? What if our baby isn't alive? But then I just had to focus and come back, you know? Okay, very like practical. The Elin screaming, you know, with her contractions, and then one more contraction, and out comes our daughter in my hands. I take her, I was like, wow, what a blessing. And directly up to Elin's breast, and she screamed directly, and you know, she got red. And these are good signs that the baby is feeling good. She's alive, she's well. I remember I said to Elin, "Oh, let's look if it's a boy or a girl." And we looked and it was like, wow, it's a girl. Wow, this is such a beautiful memory. We didn't want to check that or make any ultrasounds during the pregnancy. We trusted the process and didn't want to disturb the process with that. But we went to a midwife during the pregnancy and checked the belly and all of that. It took like 40-50 minutes for Leia to come out, and I have this. I just need to read this. I wrote down in my journal one day after the birth, and it's so beautiful. Between a contraction, I met Elin's eyes. She smiled, wild and red. We kissed, and both of us reminded of our beautiful connection to the another. Now comes another one, says Elin. We prepare, Elin with her body and me with the towels. Now I could see the whole head. It was blue. I changed towel to a clean one. We take new energy. Now the whole head is outside, I say, as calm as I can. I get a shock. I get a feeling that, whoa, this is actually a human that is coming out. And out comes our little child. So for me as a father to be a part of this birth is life-changing. I went from being a boy to a man. I went from being a boy to a father. And through the responsibility I had, the actions I took, my body and my mind could actually evolve, you know? If I were to sit at a chair over there and not be a part of the process, I think it would be much harder for me to understand what's going on. To understand for me that this is actually me and Elin becoming parents, me becoming a father. This is such a gift for the father to be part of the most beautiful thing on earth. Yeah. I was born at home. My mother and my father, they wanted to birth at home, together with a midwife. So this came quite naturally for me. I know the benefits of it, the home birth benefits. And the most important part is that the mother needs to birth where she feels safe. That's the crucial part. If it's at a hospital, if it's at home or whatever suits her, perfect. But what I have learned is to make the process, to make the situation and to form the situation however you guys want it. We wanted to birth here at home. You know, there are many ways to birth a child, or just one way, but one natural way, but you know, you understand my point that form it to however you feel safe. For you as a father watching this, I want to encourage you to take part of the process and hold your wife, your partner, and enjoy the ride and hold her. Because, wow, what a beautiful gift. I have never experienced such a feeling in my life. It was the beautiful day of my life. Wow. Don't just sit on a chair and let the doctors do their thing. Take part. Make your woman feel safe. Make your wife feel safe. Hold her, communicate with the other persons, let her be in her space. Because you need that, because she needs that, because the baby needs that. This safe bubble. And it's your responsibility as a father to protect that bubble, to hold it. And don't let anyone disturb it. You are a wall between the outer world and the safe bubble where the baby and the mother is in. She needs to be in her process, and you are a shield and a communicator between these two worlds. Good luck with your parenting journey. While you're here, please subscribe to the channel and hit a thumbs up, and please ask us any questions if you got any. I guess there's a lot of things we haven't covered in this video, but please ask questions if you wonder anything more about our birth, our home birth story. Yes, I see you guys. Thank you. If you want to hear the mother's perspective, please check out this video with my wife Elin. Here she shares her perspective and her story in our home birth. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.